this game before. I don't know what to expect. I don't know what kind of game it is. I haven't seen past the title screens. This is all going to be new for me. In 2008, there are lots of ways for it to happen. The only winnable game state in the original would be getting in debt to the mob and saving the game in a way you can't possibly pay it back. I see. It's interesting. Otherwise, the game can't just end on you. Okay, I'm going to look at some of the settings before we play. Counter animations, insight spending, light sensitive mode, text speed. Turn that up. Video looks good. I guess I'll turn on VSync. Audio's fine. Doesn't look like it's coming through too loud. New game. Discovery mode. Be able to retry whenever you lose and save and load whenever you want. You'll reach new locations faster. Choose this if you want to make discoveries with greater speed. You can't reload to previous situations, and if you lose, it's game over. The game automatically saves when you quit. Recommended with classic difficulty for a perilous roguelite experience where you'll need to master the mechanics. Huh. Well, we don't have Sanguine to recommend one of the two to play as. I feel like Discovery mode is going to be the mode that gets us to win, like actually beat the game, but Adventure mode's probably the more interesting mode that if I were playing it off stream I would select. I like the roguelike element. Tell you what, I'll remove the decision from myself and we'll flip a coin. Heads, Discovery mode, tails, Adventure mode. Discovery mode. So options change the difficulty of the game. Easy, opponents are weaker and you gain more resources. Great if you want to explore the world without trouble. Challenging but more forgiving if you make mistakes. Perfect for learning the game or making stories. Classic, original difficulty, hard. Requires some mastery to beat. Be prepared to face bosses or risk losing. You'll need a few tries to succeed. Impossible. Well, I guess given that we're playing it on Discovery mode, and I like that they split the difficulty setting from Discovery versus Adventure. That's cool. Given that we're playing it on Discovery, let's go ahead and leave it on Classic. I think that's fair. Select your crew. Crew selection tutorial. On this screen, you can pick your crew. Select a captain, which will give you a unique ability. You can unlock more captains by playing the game. Select other slots and pick your other crew members. Different crew members have different strengths. Choose wisely. Okay, so we got scientists. We have to unlock some people. That's cool. Bright young scientist who loves the scary power of electricity. Scout, street urchin who survived in the streets by pickpocketing. Cunning and charming leader. Fighter. Victor is a decorated military captain. His words and skills motivate friends and foes to follow him. He wants to impress with her finds. Speaker. Montreal's cruel mistress, assertive, intelligent, and the center of attention, wants to see if she can trample the world under her boots. Let's try the scientist as our captain. She's Russian. Scary power of electricity. Balanced scientist with high speech defense and no weaknesses. Capable of doing great damage in an area. She does best on an aggressive or devious team. Honor goes well with most crew members and can develop both either defensively or defensively. Go aggressive or devious with Dolores or Hattis, neither of which I've unlocked yet, so... Naturalist. Captain perk. Brilliant scientist. Completing research paper will give your study token a random improvement. I don't know what that means, but that's cool. Lucky find. 100% gold from treasure hunt. Seems a little bit more clear what that does. Glass cannon scout with a high speech and high attack with barely any defenses. 50% gold from encounters, 5% renown from encounters. Balanced fighter. Friendly or aggressive? Oh, I see. Devious or friendly? Let's try Anna. That seems good. And then selecting... Oh, I can select... I can only select them as captains. I see. Gotcha. But I need to play further. So it recommended that I take Dolores and Hattis, so I'm going to do that. That's how you pronounce her name, I'm not sure. Hattis. Lock this crew member as a captain. Ah, clever. Okay. Dolores won many tournaments, but kept her identity hidden behind a mask. She travels the world in search of new things to punch. Mexico. Defensive fighter with great armor and decent offenses. Hitting or shouting. Dolores can keep opponents busy and take their hits. Does most well in aggressive and devious crews. Quick thinker. Artie, respected treasure hunter from Antalya. Great confident versus skill. Glass cannon with amazing attack and speech. Alright, let's give this a try. Oh wow, it's a lot of things. Quick thinker gives you +2 grit and +1 speech. Discover things yourself. The game seems pretty cool so far. Welcome to Renowned Explorers. Your goal is to achieve the most renowned possible and beat your rivals in the race to the title of Most Renowned Explorer. Unique concepts. To succeed in your goal, there's a lot of strategies and systems you'll have to discover and master. It's all about discovering treasures and stories, but also strategies and systems. Many new concepts, and it's quite challenging. Okay. Expedition goals. Gather as much renown as possible. You gain renown by finding gold, status, and research. Okay. Gold can spend on equipment. Status attracts an entourage. Research can be spent on research. Insight gives you can use to gain more of other resources. Okay, so insight's kind of like a catch-all. And those are these 4 things in the top corner. Understood. You won't get resources directly. During expeditions, you'll perform actions that give you tokens. At the end of the expedition, tokens will be exchanged for the resources mentioned above. Study will give you research. Later, you can upgrade your tokens. Okay. The expedition ends once you accomplish your expedition goal. You can surely find some secrets and other treasures if you try to explore as much as possible. Alright. Surviving expeditions. Hardest part is surviving perils. You lose the game if resolve reaches 0. Okay, that's that point here. You lose resolve when a crew member is defeated. Understood. Use supplies to travel from area to area. Never run out of resolve. If that happens, your crew gives up on exploring and you lose the game. You lose resolve from failing some challenges and having crew members die. It's really hard to gain resolve. You need supplies to explore. Traveling on expeditions consumes supplies, which looks like a bread token. If you run out of them, your crew will weaken. Sometimes it's worth the risk to go a little further without supplies. That's very roguelite. Find treasures, get renown, get gold, status, and research. Don't run out of resolve and supplies. Encounters. An encounter is very different from what you might see from a tactical game. You'll be able to solve encounters not only through aggressive violence, but also devious bullying and friendly diplomacy. Okay, that's cute. You'll learn about basic controls and how to win an encounter. Okay, start the tutorial encounter. Follow the tutoring instructions. Resolving the encounter with "this is your dominant attitude," you will gain the following rewards. Okay. We'll try devious rather than aggressive and see how that works. Welcome to your first encounter. Select different participants by clicking on them with the left mouse button. Okay. Oh, and it's hex-based. That doesn't surprise me that saying we included it. This previous game we were playing was Brigandine. Got it. Move a crew member towards your opponent. You can press the right mouse button over walkable tiles. Holding the right mouse button to choose where to move, you can also click the left mouse button to cancel movement. Okay. Exhausted all your moves, do end turn. End turn, got it. That sounds pretty miserable. Ouch. My turn. Move your crew closer to the volunteers. Once you move crew members close enough to an opponent, you can use their abilities to defeat opponents. Whenever you prepare to use an ability, you can preview its effects. Here's an overview of the information provided. Percentage chance to hit. Okay, so it's kind of like a tactical RPG, but it said it was different in ways. Like a roguelite strategy tactics RPG. Amount of spirit damage the ability will do. How the ability will change the target's emotion. Oh, that's cute. Preview of how the ability will affect the target's vibe. Huh. Okay. Attack is aggressive. I think they want me to use attack, huh? Disabled. Wreck that farmer. You just dealt damage to the opponent's spirit through a physical attack, but don't worry, during regular play you can just also overcome unfortunate dispositions through means other than just violence. Defeat these enemies by assaulting their spirits. Interested to see how you can win without that. Probably shoot from a distance, yeah. Cool. Gameplay loop in this game is pretty cool so far. Aggressive victory. Encounter not explorers is very different from what you might be used to in a tactical game. Attitudes. You know how to use your abilities to win an encounter. The next step is to look at your attitude. There's more than one way to win an encounter. Start the tutorial encounter on attitudes. Okay. Confident characters deal more damage. That is a cool concept. Friendly, you'll be amazing. Devious, you'll be okay. Aggressive, you'll be a dummy. Won't only enter the encounter to do battle. There's also diplomacy and bullying. Okay. Resolving encounters with different attitudes affects the course of the game and your rewards. The outcome UI in the top left shows you what the consequences are for having dominant attitude in an encounter. What's up here? Amazing, okay, dummy. You want to avoid finishing this encounter with an aggressive attitude. Bad consequences are marked with a red skull. Positive consequences are marked with a green cross. Members have different abilities. In the abilities tooltip, you can see what attitude they have. First ability is always aggressive, the second always devious, and the third always friendly. Okay, every character can do that. Terrify. Try to excite. Can heal allies. Okay. That's a really neat concept. So scary. The bar corresponding with your attitude filled up. I see it up here. Devious. Every ability you do influences the outcome. Aggressive abilities count heavier than others. Defeating an important boss with a certain attitude counts even heavier. Okay. Aggressive abilities get stronger with high attack. Friendly and devious get stronger with high speech, which is basically like magic in this game, I guess. Your opponent also has strengths and weaknesses. Wolves won't really care if you're nice to them. Some people are more easily hurt with words. Armor and speech defense. Okay. Let's see. So, attack power, speech defense is garbage. 100 armor. Gotcha. So these guys are not resilient to bullying. High armor. Aggressive abilities don't work well. Okay, sounds good. She also has Terrify, okay. Armored Volunteer is absolutely terrified of you. Funny. Sadden. She just goes and tells him something depressing. Hurtful. Sadden beyond words. You broke your opponent's minds. You're a devious, which is okay in this case. Moods and emotions. In an encounter, you have to make use of moods and emotions to achieve your goal. Randomness plays a small role in an encounter. Mastering moods and emotions is vital for beating the whole game. Okay, sounds good. I am a luchador punching Scottish farmers. I just saw that question. You finished the tutorial, you conqueror, you Machiavellian, you diplomat. Yeah, I saw it was amazing, but I've built these characters for devious. That's why I didn't bother with it. Combination of your attitude and the opponent's attitude is called the mood. Both you and the opponent are friendly, the mood is pleasant. If your attitude changes, the mood changes as well. Same goes for your opponent's attitude. You often start an encounter with an uncertain attitude, which has no moods. Choose a devious ability to change the attitude. See how it affects the mood. You change the attitude to devious. Remember the opponent's devious attitude, the mood became tense. You're both hurling insults or threats at each other. Inspect the current mood in the mood UI on the top of the screen. It shows the current attitude, the opponent's current attitude, current mood. Okay. The mood is important. Oh, that's cool. I like making grids like these in games. 9 different moods. Each mood has a different effect. All those effects count for all your crew members. Some are in your favor, others are terrible. A combination of moods and emotions combined can account for a 200% increase in damage done, or a 100% increase in damage received. Oh. If you try to be the better man and act friendly, it'll have a stronger effect. Friendly abilities have 25% power. Every mood has a different effect. General or rock, paper, scissors kind of relationship holds for them. If you're friendly, devious opponents can be persuaded. If you're devious, you can make aggressive opponents lose focus. If you're aggressive, you can easily beat up friendly opponents. Okay. You don't want to be in the escalated mood when you're aggressive and your opponents are devious. Oh, okay. So because of the rock, paper, scissors thing. Gotcha. Current mood is tense. According to the previous rules, it'd be better off if your attitude is friendly. Let's try to change the mood by doing a friendly ability. Try to encourage. Oh, on an opponent. My bad. Encouraging! After you use the ability, an attitude pip is added to the bar left of the mood UI. Okay, that's what that little pip is right there. This represents how far your opponent is from viewing you differently. If it's full, you change your attitude in the current mood as well. Certain actions like defeating an opponent give extra attitude pips, others remove attitude pips. Okay, that's a cool design space around that. Emotions. A lot of abilities have an emotion like terrified or excited. See them as the type and side effects of an ability. Take a look at your abilities to spot their emotion. Okay. Terrified, confident. Let's see. Some emotions are positive, others are negative. Terrified lowers attack, excited raises speech. Okay. Friendly type abilities have a positive emotion you can get and can also be used to heal your crew members. Last thing about emotions is that characters can have weaknesses and resistances against abilities with certain emotions. The volunteers you're facing now are resistant to saddened, but take extra damage from enraged. Okay. Okay, time to end the encounter. This guy is not quickly saddened, but easily enraged. Will always be devious. Unnerving. Let's try to excite this guy. It's almost like they did it just to have an excuse to do it, right? Nobody does. He's so encouraged! Oh, and now we move to persuasive. Should take a leaf out of your book. And this is, we want this to be the case, right? Plus 25 speech defense. What we don't want would be for us to be aggressive while they're devious because of the tree. Okay. So encouraged. Friendly approach has proven its worth. enough. Time for adventure. Anna wants to make a big entrance and goes for an elusive treasure, a Viking ship. Time for adventure. Boat belonging to Leif Erikson. Okay. Travel costs 1 supplies, I see, and we start with 8 supplies. Research to be found sounds good. Crew comes across a runestone. It's not particularly impressive or well preserved, but it's worth studying. Study tokens. For each study token, you'll receive the following resources after completing your expedition. 4 to 6 research, and they give you renown. Now, her main ability had something to do with that. Can I see what it is? Entourage or independent party members, it looks like. Use research to write research papers. Manage your crew and inventory. Okay, where can I see her special captain ability? Scientist. Revive. I'm gonna be able to see it after. Wait, here we go. Completing a research paper will give your study token a random improvement. I see. But I have to spend research to do that. Okay, I understand. This game's kind of like FTL, actually. Why do I have a luchador? Because I picked the scientist and it recommended the luchador as a good companion character. Group of Highlanders sweating and breathing heavily. One of them, who is called Coach, speaks. We're the local rugby team. We're trying to increase our stamina by jogging. About to do some tackle drills. Why don't you show us what you got? Oh, this shows chance to succeed. Oh, clever. Now, this game is very much like a League of Extraordinary Gentlemen take on FTL so far. It's critically acclaimed on Steam. It was like a 92% rating or something. Dolores tackles the rugby players as if they weren't there. Three of them try to tackle Dolores at once, but she keeps standing strong. The best training ever. Get a campaign and a collect. Campaign tokens, you'll receive 10 to 15 status, small renown. Okay, so like tokens are, I have to finish the adventure to cash them in for my permanent resources, which are these things. Gotcha. Collect tokens get you gold and renown. Wits challenge. A couple quick thinkers. Don't you have a lucha? Crew's walking through a seemingly boring landscape. Matisse finds a small piece of iron. It looks like a broken Viking sword. It's an ancient Viking battlefield. Start looking for treasure. After 40 minutes, Matisse finds something. It's just a raw chance. Belongs in a museum. Viking shield. +3 campaign. Level 2 athlete gains 5 armor. Yeah, that's cool. Battlefield stripped of its secrets. Crew can continue. They give me a secret token, too. 15 to 75 status, 8 to 12 research. That's actually pretty good. Alright. So the Viking shield, I don't think I have a level 2 athlete, do I? She's a level 1 athlete. Presumably getting XP lets us spend on that. Yeah, Hand of Fate too. So I'm not sure if it's expecting me to explore as much of the map as possible before I go to the exit. It's a similar problem with FTL, knowing what they wanted me to do. Do another wits challenge since we have quick thinkers. Sometimes your crew finds opportunities to promote itself shamelessly in the eyes of the locals to gain status. But my chance to succeed is pretty poor, so we're just gonna say crew is modest and nice. Small amount of status. Boring for adventurers, that's fine. Viking boat must be nearby. I guess we'll finish it for now. We'll explore more next time. An intact Viking boat. French explorer Rivolo, #1 in the most promising explorers rankings. Thank you, amateur. Okay, Belluck. Found this fine Viking boat just after me. Under Rule 24B of the Explorer Mandate, fellow explorers should help each other out. Strong friend Tommy can explain the situation better. Defend yourselves. That's cool. Oh wow, that's a lot of guys. Tommy's impressed by your skill. Tommy's emotionally hurt and leaves. Tommy thinks you're nice. So this, I think this means that I should try to go for the green result is the best one. Sounds like. Okay. Correct. Devious abilities have extra power now, though. We have to be careful using devious abilities. I guess we can, because then that puts it in our advantage. We have to fill the pips for that to work. We don't want them to make it devious while we're aggressive. That would be very bad. Definitely depressing. Mobster is saddened beyond words and just wants to be left alone. Mindless follower. Okay, they have pretty garbage speech defense and armor, so... try to fill up those pips. So scary. Alright, now it's provocative, which is good. We get 25 grit. Ouch. We're gonna have to get a heal off on her. Hopefully no one can get close enough to her this turn. I think we're okay. Okay. So now that... I think we want to keep it in its current status, so we can try to use healing. But that did not affect the pips. The pips only change when you're dealing damage, apparently. Okay. Good to know. Ooh, that guy's buff. Gotta retreat her somewhere safer here. Squares have cover, presumably, it looks like. Something like that. Luchador has good defense, which is nice. We're back to hostile because of the number of times I attack that turn, okay. We're currently moving towards a devious solution. I guess that changes based on what abilities they use as well. Ouch. Okay, now we're getting closer to aggressive. It's a captain, it's +5 spirit. I'm wondering why she's healing. Spirit regeneration. This advantageous location gives this unit the spirit to endure. Oh, that's cool. Okay. So that guy's hard to hostile, so we're gonna try using Devious on him. Oh yeah, that went great. Is that because his armor? Okay, he's got 25 armor, but he has no speech defense. I see. So scary. Tommy gun. Oh, that was all I had to do to beat the level. Okay. I wasn't paying attention, so I don't have to kill all the guards, too. 2 encounter points. Solve the conflict. Devious only lasts for this expedition. +5 speech. +2 speech power. You're so mean! Treasure map is yours. Crew states their interpretations of the treasure map. Oh, that's cool. Point to another Viking antiquity site nearby. Gain the Leprechaun, Viking Drinking Horn, Ulfbert Sword. 75% chance gain the Leprechaun. I'm down to just make it 33%. That's a cool. Total Biscuit died? Oh no. His cancer came back? That's so sad. Research in the area where the longship used to be. An extra 1 encounter if you resolve an encounter friendly. Speakers gain +2 speech. Counter tokens. Oh, that's super sad. I remember when he first posted about it, he was saying that, like, it's something that it was embarrassing, so he didn't go to the doctor about it. That always stuck with me. If you ever have something that's you're embarrassed to go to the doctor about, you should just go. It's not worth it. Small discoveries. Exotic location uncovered in the Icelandic Isles by promising explorer Anna. Excited the progress of this classy crook. But Matthew Rivolo is still the most renowned explorer. I see. Clever. The Board of the Renowned Explorers International Society is impressed by your exploration skills in the Highlands. Upgrade your airship will let you carry more supplies. World map tutorial. 2 supply capacity and 1 insight, which can be traded for anything. Use your aiming to become the #1 explorer, or if you can beat the already successful Rivolo. Society has many leads as to where secrets may lie in wait. You can also do 4 more expeditions before the most renowned explorer is elected, so make them count. So we do need to completely explore each map. Got it. Spend your research on unlocking technologies, exchange your insight for other resources in a city, spend your status to acquire an entourage, and spend your gold in shops. Gotta beat that French clown, Rivolo. Prepare for your adventure. Okay, so let's do some research. History, observations, anthropology, nature sciences, engineering, and psychology. Okay, they're keeping it simple at the beginning. Something that I feel that a game like Civilization doesn't really do. It doesn't find a way to gate abilities. 1 crew member can learn Naturalist, Engineer, Archaeologist perk. Creating Entourage Hall costs 40% status. Let's do observations. Actual map of Earth as a world map. Let's do Anna will learn the Scientist perk. Let's do Engineer. How about Advanced Tools? Don't know what that means yet, but I'm sure we'll find out. Naturalist, Engineer... Oh, a student joins your entourage. That's cool. Anna's brilliance led to more research from study. Great. Gain 2 study when spending insight in Berlin. Okay. So I should specifically try to do that later. Oh, next thing costs 25 research, of which I only have 5. I see. Gotcha. Hey, if you're new to the stream, I'm Marstead. I'm trying to beat every awesome game ever made. I believe that there's so many awesome games out there, it's impossible for any one person to play them all. But that means we're never going to run out. If you'd like to see a list of all the games we've played so far, you can go to games.marstead.com, and you can see how you can vote for the next awesome game at vote.marstead.com. But if you're just hanging out or lurking, that's totally cool. Welcome. Good to have you. +2 speech, defense, +1 attack. Every unlocked perk does that. So what does advanced tools actually do is the question. I guess we'll find out later. Okay. Berlin University, Paris campaigning, London lecturing. Performing a job costs 1 insight. Oh, I see. We want to wait until we get the research to be able to do that. A status is what lets me recruit people, I think. And gold lets me buy objects. Okay, I see. Decent book, +4 speech power. Entourage, helpers, lobbyists. +1 to 3 status from campaign tokens. +1 to 3 gold from collect tokens. +0 to 1 research from study tokens. Okay. Oh, there's a bunch of specialists. They're expensive as hell, so let's just get 1 of each of these. Oh, each one costs more. Okay, I see. But I already had a student from unlocking the thing earlier. Gotcha. New specials and helpers. Journalist. Extra status from encounters. Oh, that's cool. See, I love when mechanics and flavor meet, and this is a kind of a cool game to do that. So, like, of course, a journalist would give you status from your fights because they publish things that you did. Lobbyist, status from campaign, gold from encounters. So there's a lot of cool design space where, like, now you've established that there's a finite number of resources to work with. Gold, status, research, and insight. Connected to individual tokens, like encounter tokens, study tokens. So you can try to think of a helper character that matches every single one of those combinations. So what sort of character would give you gold for completing study? You know, in this case, it would probably be like a corporation or something. What kind of character would give you gold for completing combats, like a mercenary guild? I love that. That shit makes me... It's really exciting to think about. Alright, we can hire people at 2 different places. I don't know what the importance of the 2 is just yet. We'll save the rest of our resources for now. Choose an expedition. Never seen a tutorial map of the Earth. Alright. Icelandic Isles, Hungarian Fort, Mali Mystery, Caribbean Island. Let's go clockwise for now. Lady Vaduva, the treasurer of the renowned explorers, has notified you of a forgotten fort. It used to be a secret alchemy lab in the Middle Ages. Being devious might help. Okay. Quick thinker. Spend insight. Oh, you have more insight left than you can save. Ah. You can only save part of your insight to spend later. That seems like something that's like a balance thing, right? She leveled up. Choose an upgrade for your crew member. I think I can upgrade that. Oh, here we go. Gain Athlete Tenacious. I see, we have to go through this board, it looks like. Or I can take Quick Thinker Escape Artist. I see. I think we want to do Athlete. That increases her core stats. Now she's an Athlete too. So theoretically, now she can benefit from the 1 shield. But I'm not sure how to assign it to her. Maybe she just has it. All level 2 athletes gain +5 armor, I think is how it works. Ah, yes. That's pretty neat. Okay. And now she has Primal Roar, which is 50% times speech. But it's an AoE ability all around her and has increased aggro. Cool. Alright, well, I have to spend my insight, so let's try to do that. We can get money, status, or study. I guess I'm gonna get money for now, because I can get an upgrade later that'll make it better to study. Performing a job earns insights. She gets status as well. Try doing the status one too. 22 to 36 status, so no one's particularly good at doing that apparently. Cool. Now we've used up all our insight. I'm going to try to save money to get something good here before we buy an upgrade. You don't need to guess where north is based on which area feels colder. That's kind of cool that that's even how it works in the first place. Alright, zoom back out, choose our expedition. Hungarian Fort. Let's give it a try. This game is super cool so far. I was not expecting it to be kind of like a roguelite. It's very FTL-like. Hungarian Forest. Secret Fort. Okay. Try to explore as much as we can in the meantime. Status to be gained. Diplomat or Archaeologist, which we have neither. We do have Quick Thinkers, though. Hello? What is this, a joke? The crew member doesn't believe in nonsense. Study. If you make me laugh within 2 seconds, I'll give you something special. Atis makes a quick comment. Ugh. She had like a... Nice! She had like a 12% chance of failure. How do you get Dolores out of the bathtub? Throw in the soap. The little red guy is pleased. I love it when people know each other. Oh, you collect a statue, a medieval devil. So it gives me 8 campaign, 75 renown, and 2 insight. Okay. It was a very clean UI. Like, the UI and a lot of it reminds me of Civilization. Definitely want to get more research. You can do that one too. Sound of growling wolves is becoming more present. Averts the danger. The thought of trying to bring a balanced group with you is pretty cool. Escapes the wolves with a clever distraction. Good job, Matisse. Research, there might be an encounter here. Okay, we have to be careful we don't run out of supplies here. I don't know if there's much ways to increase it. Whoa, the Cthulhu statue. Beautiful graves being guarded by some cultists. Sort of rank 2 encounter. Let's give it a try. Alright. Aggressive. Friendly. Alright, so if we solve it friendly, we get gold status and renown. So let's try to do that. Because friendly beats devious, and they're devious right now. Oh, I fumbled. I don't know how you exactly fumble a compliment, but totally did. She fumbled too! No! Trying to be terrifying, but they're still in training. Dandy, nice. He missed too, that's nice. Try this again. 80% chance. You got a good speech defense. Pleasant! Excited about your cause and stops resisting. Encouraging. This is a really neat, unique mechanic. I haven't really seen this in a game before. Hopefully he doesn't physically attack me here. That would be very bad. Oof. It's very unnerving. Shh. Okay. Gotta get her to heal. I like it lets you move as much as you have room to move, you know? Not every game does that. Move her and body block here so she's safe. Dandy! Try to body block up here as best as we can too. Nice try. May as well get some damage in. Ooh, that's really bad. I didn't realize that that little attack was going to move us in that direction. It's a pretty big speech defense penalty. Yeah. I don't think it projects how much I'm going to lose, right? She might die here. Whew, cutting it close there, yikes. We gotta spend a lot to get into a good state again. We're doing pretty well until that happens. I'm gonna be a little more careful. I guess it projects how much damage you can do, which is nice. Now I'm gonna die. Unless if they all focus the luchador. Whew! Oh, her speech defense is garbage right now. Nice fumble. Fumble again, please. Ooh, lucky. Oh, I can move them and then use their actions later. That's good to know. We can both heal each other, too. I don't think I'm able to get away with her, am I? Try using this. If I can terrify them, that'd be nice. Oh, it totally was enough to do it. It's not escalated anymore, so friendly abilities get a boost now. Hopefully that guy can't reach me. Or if he does, hopefully he misses. Miss, 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 miss. Aww, lost to resolve. Okay, so we gotta get it back into friendly territory here. We're already currently in the state of coming close to winning. I'm allowed to lose a little bit of resolve. It's not game over if that happens. Hey! Plus 5 speech defense, plus 2 speech power. Cool. So grave of young lady murdered by one of our medieval patrons. Heirs about Bathory. Ah, Lady Bathory. Dolores writes a sad story about the poor victim. Anna makes a note about the victim. Let's do the study notes. That seems bad, that statue, but I feel like I should go explore it, right? Maybe it didn't have anything in and of itself. Interesting. Oh, here you go. Gargoyle statue. Cryptic lock. There are 5 slots for Greek letters. Anna's curious to find out what's locked behind it. The code seems to be complex. You might need help from other explorers around the world to crack the code. Huh. So then I have to Google it? Look it up. Actually, I need to do it on this screen here so I'm not killing my CPU usage. And so you guys can see it. Gargoyle. Explorers, gargoyle. Statue code. Gargoyle code. Moon. Let's try that. It might be that I'm not allowed to do it until later. It's technically a theta, but you know, whatever. Oh, can I not enter that twice? Here it is. That was like a Sigma. Fill in the correct code. Something could happen in a place far from here. It's a big if, though. Okay, interesting. Treasure or items may be present. I don't have a diplomat. Research, yes please. 5 more supplies. The sinking cathedral. Prepare yourself. Okay, let's be more careful this time. I gotta watch out for these 3 dudes. Take their research. You take their research. Cultists tell you everything they know. And you get gold status and renown. So we want to go for a friendly win if possible. Look at their stats here. They both have 50 armor, no real speech defense. Pretty good AoE damage. Tents. Maybe we want to open with tents so we can get the bonus to social that occurs after that. Because it takes a while to get out of tents. You have to get a lot of pips. to move from tense back into friendly. That's one down. Persuasive. It's extra speech defense, which is good because these enemies primarily attack with speech. And like plus 25 is a big number in this game, it feels like. It might even be like damage reduction. You fumbled. Ouch. But. Alright. I'd like to try to use her cool AoE Devious skill again. I'm gonna give that in a second. Encouraging. Oh, I used the wrong skill. Shit. Well, at least I killed him. I meant to use the yell ability. Oh, but it has a cooldown, so I couldn't have anyway, even though I wanted to. Gotcha. Just be careful. Now, I wonder if those pips decay. I don't think they do. Oh, bummer. I still have my speech defense. I don't know how readily or if at all enemy moods really change. They might not. Lucky fumble. Lucky fumble again. Still on track to finish this encounter friendly. Oh, if I don't keep fumbling, shit. Wish I could move and then attack. That'd be really nice. I don't think I get that benefit, though. Attacking moves us into aggressive almost instantly, so I shouldn't mess around with that at all, I don't think. WASD controls it. It's not quite enough for a kill. That is, but it's going to move us back to tense. Then I don't have to worry about the more dangerous enemies, so I think it's worth doing. Said killing enemies counts for more pips, but we're still mostly friendly right now, so it's not so bad. Fumble, 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 fumble! Shit, that's not a fumble. Luchador's gonna die again. Okay, they didn't focus down the Luchador, thank God. She can take it right now. Friendly, go. Killing an opponent counts as 2 pips. Okay, gotcha. This is a really cool game. I risk it with the Luchador. 80% chance to hit. Okay, didn't miss, thank goodness. Hey! Counter tokens, we got some gold and status. We've gotten some bonus speech defense and speech power, which is pretty great. Everything we know about the sinking cathedral. The place was cursed by the last bishop. Here's a bunch of study tokens. Very nice. Let's hurry up and get to the place here. We're running out of supplies. Anna jots down some research questions, which just got us some study. Okay. Supplies may be found here. We do have an athlete to do the nature challenge. It's everything we know. One fact. Enjoy. Uh-oh. I get a 29% chance of success. Yikes. Only bonuses we're getting are from grit, it looks like. Come on, 1 and 3! Nope, that's not gonna cut it. Oh, didn't find anything. That's not so bad. That could have been much worse. Alright, Engineer Tinkerer. Naturalist Classic Physics. The problem is I don't know what either of those things do. Okay, it changes my stat increases, though. Speech defense, attack power. Experimentation, aggressive. Guess I invested in giving her engineer advanced tools, so at least we'll see what that does. Experimentation. Because now she's level 2 in 2 different things. More likely we'll run into a task that, or an item that requires or benefits from that, you know? I've got 3 supplies left, so I can go check this out, or I can go to this and then I can get... Let's do this. Makes more sense. Small ruined church. You can study it for more research. Archaeological study, 70% chance. I do like this roulette thing. That's cool. Study is successful. Alright, so I could potentially do 2 more. I go here, and then I go up 1. I want to deplete our supplies. Some extra study. Let's explore the forts. Cultists! 3-star encounter. Okay, defend yourselves. We've got a bunch of buffs for speech, and these guys appear to be speech only. Okay, breach encounter token, so we want to be aggressive in this one, it looks like. Let's try to do that. Let's first do an AoE attack, right? Can kill all these guys, potentially. Nice. It'll be hard to get back up to aggressive from that, but that was pretty good. Aggressive. Cool. Zerg down the boss. Right. We're getting a bit of a build there. The problem with going too aggressive is then they get a benefit the next turn because of the mood. Oh, that's cool. She used a line attack. Oh, there's more assholes. Shit. Character's stunned. Oh, that's gross. So I'm gonna move the pips over, and then I'm gonna take additional speech damage. Stun sucks. I don't think that was worth doing. Hopefully she can't do that every turn. That was a really lucky fumble. I get healing when they're standing there. Presumably can't defend myself when I'm stunned. Ugh. Yikes. Don't tell me they're still stunned. Okay, I think they're not. Cooldown 4 turns, I see. So we need to do... we need to get out of this mode, which I could potentially maybe do by making it devious again. It's not a big enough heal. Let's see. Try to heal her up a little bit here. Such a mild heal, though, is part of the problem. Try using her Primal Roar again and get to use it next turn if she doesn't die this turn. Oh, more reinforcements arriving. Jeez. Ouch. This game is hard. You gotta get all the buffs from the stage here. The 25 speech defense is really what's getting us some trouble here. Ooch. Oof. Oof. I think I need to move her away. We'll move her here and try to use this Primal Roar. Oh, that guy's still alive. Shit. Okay, now it's tense again, which means I can potentially heal her. 25% power is pretty good for that. Right on. Alright, she's gonna have to just chill up here, I think. She'll get to use her nuke ability next turn, which should maybe get us back into the aggressive territory. It's such a bummer. That enemy was so close to being dead last turn. Oh no, don't hit the luchador. Okay, that's fine. Ouch. Jesus. Okay. Let's try moving with her first. Hits all three and it hits enemies only. It'll at least kill the red cultist, right? Which might be enough to move us into a bad territory though, so maybe we don't want to do that. It's tough. She's got a couple turns before she gets her nuke back. Try to get as many of them to heal here as we can, I guess. All friendly abilities have the buff. It's a much bigger heal. Let's do that. Hope for the best. Didn't attack that time, that's interesting. Oh, that guy was so close to being dead, man. I really screwed that pooch. They really spawn a lot of reinforcements on this stage, too. It does almost no damage. Does a little bit more. Almost no damage. Almost no damage. Potentially use that to kill those cultists down there. I feel like I should just keep healing for now, while I've got the benefit. I might be able to out-heal if they get into a good area that she can run in and Primal Roar at them next turn, you know? I think that's what we'll do. I need to move her another square back, maybe. She's most risk of dying next turn. So I don't think the cultists can get around back here. Alright. End turn. Oh, is the enemy fleeing now? I guess they're out of abilities or something. Didn't realize it worked that way. Holy shit, she just got like one shot. That sucks. Really bad. You guys want to all like line up in a circle? Because that would be really swell. I don't think that's going to happen though. Pull a fainted team member back into the fray. Bring the team back together. Target spirit restored by 70%. 75%.
Yeah.
So we've already taken the penalty from that. As long as the boss isn't here, the brown guys aren't terribly dangerous in comparison. Do a pretty good nuke against these guys. It won't quite kill them. Oh, killed one of them. That's gonna move us out of tense, isn't it? Oh, no, no, no. Alright, we're still safe. Okay. So one more friendly move. Presumably resets the pips, if I'm understanding that mechanic correctly. She's stunned now, so I'm gonna be careful with that. Got a full healer here in a second. Okay, let's not do a physical attack here. Let's go for trying to get into the new mood, because that's much more beneficial overall. Okay, so now we're in the speech defense mode. Healing is less effective now, but that's okay. Could be worse. Pretty soon I can get over there and use my big Primal Roar nuke again. And she's still stunned, right? Character's stunned. Okay, that's okay. We've got the speech defense upgrade, which makes those attacks very weak in comparison to what they were previously, which is rad. So let's try to Devious and kill the brown enemy. Doesn't do a lot of damage to the boss, but it does kill an enemy, so it's a big deal. It does reset the pips. Okay, so now we can try to alternate between the two pip things. Gotcha. Oh yeah? Which games have you been lazy with? So what I think we want to do here is we want to... Well, let's see. I should have leveled her up. I think she was close to being able to level up before. We want to move it back to 10 so I can start using attack abilities again safely. So to do that, I gotta move her here. Oh wait, no, actually she can shoot from safety. Oh wait, I fucked that up. Whoops. Can she still move one more square? Shit, I wish I could undo move for the turn. Bummer. Go for Terrify. Let me go back to Tense. Can't cope with Humiliation, which I don't think I have the capacity to assign to a character right now. Alright, we're close to being done, as long as he doesn't nuke us down this turn. It looks like the enemy spawns reinforcements for the entire battle. So we gotta finish him off next turn, and we gotta try to do it aggressively, I think. I'm gonna have to kill one other enemy before we do that. Hold on. So the two of them combined can kill this character. She should go try to kill this character with aggressive. Try to fill the meter. No, but it's not quite going to be a kill, is it? But it'll at least fill the meter more, because we'll get a total of 3 hits in. Big ol' crit, please. If we screw this up, it's game over. Hey, it gave it to us. Nice. The dream. You defeat those pesky cultists with force. Now you can explore the ruined fort at your own pace. Explore the ruins. For the alchemy lab, T-Sass of Anna believes in alchemy and the powers of the occult. Scrimmer doesn't believe in nonsense. 3 study, 67% chance for Secretum Secretorum, 33% chance for a Philosopher's Stone. Take the treasure. Cool. 1 secret, level 2 diplomat, and level 2 archaeologist gain +6 speech defense. We have neither of those, but we could try to start working on it. Cool. A lot of resources out of that. We will be going over time today because of the earlier outage. We're going to go until the Renowned Explorer's How Long to Beat timer in the corner reads 2 hours. Yeah, this would be a fun game to play on the roguelite mode where you can't like save. You get permadeath. But I feel like it's short enough that it doesn't. You don't really get that huge of a benefit from playing in Discovery mode. Hey, we're number 9. We have to beat Rivolo by the end of the game, which is going to be kind of rough. And you only get to go on 5 expeditions total. Send a report to an explorer welcoming city. This will unlock new possibilities on the world map. You can only unlock 1 city per expedition. Later expeditions might add new options. To who are you going to send your report? Constantinople. Adds an entourage hall and a trinket shop. Equipment shop and a modest entourage hall. Istanbul, not Constantinople. Okay. Let's write some research papers. Let's get the +2 study when spending insight in Berlin. Research from study, status from study, or gold from study? Let's do research. Next cost is 35 research, which I have. Naturalist, engineer, and archaeologist gain +1 study when they succeed in the adventure wheel. Now, I wonder if, given that she's both a naturalist engineer, if she then gets +2 study for succeeding. Ooh, the extra supplies sounds great. +1 research. Improve storage. +1 study whenever you enter a challenge node for the first time. Yeah, no, let's get the extra supplies. That seems important. Anna's brilliant love led to more gold from study. Okay. She gets a lot of benefits. That's her captain upgrade, is we want to do as much research as possible. Let's actually upgrade Hattis this time. Maybe she'll suck less. Nimble. Which increases her grit, dodging attacks, and ignoring speeches. Okay. Speech power. Speech defense or attack power. Piercing shot is aggressive. Affects enemies in a line. Okay. I think I want the grit increase. Well... no. This is physical attacks and speech defense. Like, her bow is what makes her really good, so... I might actually take the engineer piloting instead. I'd like to know, I'm guessing that the names of these perks don't actually matter. Maybe they apply for specific challenges, like you need to have quick thinker cunning to get a special thing, you know? She can be a pilot engineer, that's cool. Alright. Let's spend some insight in Berlin. 20 to 50 research. Oh yeah, all day. Heck yes. Exciting noises. Okay, let's go back and write some papers. +1 study when you enter a challenge node. Unlock history. Unlock anthropology. Oh, you get something for completing everything. We should totally do that. Extra renown from gold status or research. We'll learn more from Wits Challenge. Since we do those most often, since we have a lot of characters that should be good at them. More status from study. 50% renown from gold status or research. I think I want to do research, because that's what I'm going to be trying to go for with Anna as my captain. Cool. Okay, and I still have enough to unlock another... Oh, I guess I don't. Not yet. Maybe I can go do that now. I like that they restrict how much you're allowed to save. That's clever. Once you get better and better at using it as the game progresses, you know? Engineering. 50% renown from gold, 50% renown from research, renown from status. Again, they're doing the same thing here, right? Where what they're doing is they're saying, how does renown map to each of the other resources that we've mentioned? And then what's the flavor answer? They're starting from mechanics and then they're deciding the flavor, which can be fun too. It doesn't always have to be top-down design. So like, oh, if you get renown from research, that's nature sciences. If you get renown from status, which is other people, that's psychology. Very, very, very cool. I think we want to do the thing that gives you campaign when you enter a Wits challenge, because I'm trying to prefer Wits challenges whenever possible. +4 to 6 research from encounters would be good. Extra renown when you solve an encounter with a chosen attitude. But we've already stacked up extra renown from research, and we're doubling down on research, so let's just do that. It's fair. But just having unlocked this gives me the starting the project when you enter a nature challenge. Okay. And Hatise is actually pretty good at nature challenges, so that's not a total waste. I've got a decent amount of money and a decent amount of entourage options now. Now, what I don't understand is what's the difference between the different entourage places. They all seem to have the same people in them. Totally get a specialist now. Renowned Explorer Goodmund, +2 collect whenever a level 2/5 rogue succeeds in the adventure wheel. 2/5 Beguiler, 2/5 Survivalist, of which I have none. Tactician, Diplomat, Engineer. I do have a level 2 Engineer. I could potentially make Hatise into an Engineer as well. Later I can. Okay. Gotcha. So yeah, let's take Professor Pacinotti. Who will learn the perk? Let's go with Hatise so they can both have a chance of getting that. Let's do Combustion, since we already have advanced tools. That's cool. Alright, let's get some more helpers. Extra status from thingies. Research from study, research from study. A lot of students. Neat. I see it costs progressively more for each one you have in the same category. Gotcha. Trinket shop, what do we got? Loot. Gain Beguiler storytelling. I like the way they explore the design space of some of these abilities too, like learning perks could be something that you get from items, right? So you could do a game that's mostly meant on getting gold or buying stuff like this. It's 10 armor. Quick Thinker Wits. So I could have somebody be a level 2 Quick Thinker with that, I guess. Upgrade the shop for money. Upgrade to level 2 to buy a turban. At least you can know what it is. Haha. +20 speech defense when the mood is tyrannizing. Take a look into future expeditions. Gain naturalist astronomy. Corsair's coin. Corsair aura. Allies within one range do not get the speech defense penalty from escalated. That would be really good, given that it's easy to trigger the escalated status. Tactician, military history, and rogue surprise. Let's look at the other item shop here. Level 2, level 4, I see. Compass, monkey wrench, not made of monkeys. Gives you advanced tools. Athlete stamina. All terrifying abilities gain 10% speech power. We're gonna get that for Dolores, because she has that really good AoE skill, and that'll make it even better. And she'll have the athlete perk. Diplomat languages, all exciting abilities gain 10% speech power. Resist damage from terrified speeches. Resist damage from saddened speeches. Quick Thinker Nimble, Quick Thinker Escape Artist. Yeah, so that's cool. Some of them give you actual immediate effects. A lot of them give you just perks, which is a nice upgrade. Decent Memento, +10 speech defense. Good Memento, +15 speech defense. I see, their default gear is kind of trash, just +1 to the basic stuff you're going for. Decent book, good book. Helps with your vocabulary. Can also be used to hit people in the head. We're playing Final Fantasy XIV now. Alright, that's cool. I'll hold on to the rest of my stuff for now. I really like this game. This game's awesome. I like it comparably to FTL, which is the closest game I can think of to it. Okay, so now I have to choose between going to a 2 difficulty zone or a 3 difficulty zone, and I'm not that confident that I'm much stronger. So I think I'm going to do 2 difficulty, even though it's probably not in my best interest to try to beat the game. Gotta get that book smack DPS. Does that actually matter at all? Like, is it a measurable amount in the end game? I'm guessing it accounts for less than like 1%. To the Caribbean island. Once pierced Dutch pirate Roche disappeared many years ago after burying his pirate treasure. Monkeys and smugglers will oppose you. An aggressive approach could make it easier. Nature and technique challenges are also a lot to research. Molly. Rogue athlete and beguiler. Lots of gold. Maybe I'll make my decision differently. Archaeologist, athlete, survivalist, and rogue. Gold. Ben, please don't knock my drink over. He's such a jerk. Friendly, tactician, engineer is the only one of those that I have. So it's kind of a hard call. This one says it's got lots of research, so I'll go for it even though I don't really have the characters for it. 2.0, you can get 1% more DPS. That's funny. Did they ever officially change it so that you can't, like, book DPS stops? I thought there was a class that stops auto-attacking. Place near a waterfall. We've got 12 supply this time, so we have to cover the entire island. So when Dolores finds man-made debris and realizes the island is not uninhabited as you first thought, you've got company. Smugglers, they come rushing towards you. Open right with a rank 2 encounter. Let's go for friendly. We get bonuses for doing the encounter the way they tell us to, right? Now, part of the problem here is that friendly is beaten by combat. So we want to start by changing it to tense, I think it was. And then we can risk moving into poking the bear. Friendly, because we got enough turns to pull it off on. Dandy. But now it's going to be dire. Minus 20 armor. Uh-oh. Oops! We wanted to do that in the other order. We wanted to, at the end, switch it to the positive mood. Moods are really important in this game. Please don't hit. Please don't hit her. Okay, that's fine. Still hurts, but... Okay, so we gotta get out of this state. So now we have to be a little aggressive, I think. That's my way to do that, I think. Hostile gives devious abilities a bonus to power. That's the farthest that line goes, okay. That might buff the aggressive all the way, but that's okay. Might be able to recover from it. Oh yeah, that buffed aggressive way too much. Yeah, Andrea's just for her to go to Dunkin' Donuts, she has to drive like 45 minutes to Santa Fe. See if this is enough of a friendly skill to boot it up the rest of the way. It might not be. No, it counted as aggressive. Bummer. Plus 5 armor, plus 2 attack power. Crew has enough time to hide the boats and to start exploring the island. Seems the island is a smuggler's hideout. Be careful. Sweet. Okay. Might be an encounter here. Gunshots. 2 other smugglers. Show your worth. It's close, but we're up on a mesa, so even though, like, if I could fly to Santa Fe, if my car could fly in a straight line to Santa Fe, it would probably be about a 15-minute drive, but because we have to wind down the mesa to get to it. Try searching Los Alamos to Santa Fe directions on Google Maps. I'll give you an idea. Alright. Friendly or aggressive. Okay. I could go in aggressive in that case. Much easier to do, and friendly gets me in trouble in this area. we want them to come to us, and I don't think this game really penalizes you for doing that at all. Some games sort of do. Smugglers! Devious abilities, get extra power. I don't think this is gonna quite reach them, but I can try. Yeah, not quite. Attack my scientist lady. Ouch. That sucks too. Uh-oh. Ooh, that sucks. Especially that early in the combat. It's a big bummer. Should be a 15-mile drive, ends up being an hour. Yeah. I think she gets to go immediately if I pick her up, right? Yeah. You have to be a certain number of turns away to use that. Nice. You have dominated your opponents. Be using explorers for target practice again anytime soon. Oh, it looks like they all earn experience independently based on who's doing the most damage. That's interesting. Eye on the prize. +1 collect whenever Hati succeeds in the adventure wheel. +6 attack while your current attitude is devious. Oh, now they get different abilities, presumably? Huh. I wonder what determines which slot you get. Focus. 60% attack power and 80% speech power until the end of the next turn. Let me see. This is probably going to come up often. I don't think I can specify which one of those two I want. Oh, I guess I could just get both of them. Okay, there's her extra trinket slot. Gotcha. And here are their buffs for winning combats. Okay, let me see. Discoveries about the nature of things. Anna looks for natural oddities because she gets a huge bonus from her speech defense. Scientist and naturalist, which I forgot she was a naturalist, so we should be excited for those. I love how it just gives it to me. A new type of beetle. Matisse is disgusted. +3 study. A waterfall in a deep cave in the middle of the jungle. You wonder what inconceivable things you might encounter down in that cave. Strong athlete crew member might be able to be suited to the task, which she is. Look at all that armor, fighter. Fantastic. Nice. Survivalist might know. No, we don't really have a survivalist. -1 resolve. That's pretty brutal. Take it though. 40% chance. Hey! Look at that. Calculated. Waterfall plunges into a curious underground lake. Naturalists might know what to look for. Anna spearheads the research. I'm not sure this lake is different. Takes a sample and tests it. This is the fabled Lake of Life. It can cure any disease. Anna assures the crew this is a loadable. It can merely heal any bacterial disease. Fantastic. Oh, cool. That actually gave me the Water of Life. That's nice. 2 resolve. Holy shit, gain 2 resolve. That's a big deal. You almost never get resolve in this game. And I got a discovery token. For each discovery token, you receive small amounts of renown, 25 to 30 gold, 30 to research. Okay. That's pretty great. So now I can make some more mistakes on my way out of here. There's a wits challenge and a technique challenge. I can do both of those. Cargo seems valuable. Could just infiltrate the... Oh, I need to have a rogue to be able to go in. I see. Resources can be gained here. Treasure items may be here. We're going to play Trivial Pursuit here. You find the elusive 100-year fruit. Low-hanging fruit takes more than 100 years to grow to this size. Surrounding the fruit is a barrel of monkeys performing a ritual never witnessed before. Anna studies the monkeys. Observes the monkeys know about the fruits, just in cultural memory in this barrel. Is barrel the actual term for a group of monkeys, like Murder of Crows? I haven't heard that before. I mean, other than like the Barrel of Monkeys toy. Takes the fruit. Great. Look at all that study. And we got the 100-year fruit, which has no additional effects, but that's okay. Tactician, Beguiler, or Quick Thinker. An epic encounter. I don't feel prepared to handle an epic encounter right now. Hey, it's Tommy Gunn! He's unpleasantly surprised. Dolores gets a challenge to a game of strength. Ah, clever. After a fierce struggle, Dolores manages to take Tommy out of the ring, drawn in the sand. Tommy's impressed. That must be specific to Dolores' character. That's cool. Her portrait when she was standing right behind Tommy was a little bit distressing looking. Get 2 campaign, or I get 2 collect. Please have this gold. I think I want status rather than gold right now. I'm doing pretty good on gold in this level. Bye, Tommy. That was cool. Your crew can be improved here. I like that sound of that. Cryptic knowledge to increase someone's grit or speech defense. Let's do speech defense. Let me confirm what everyone's current speech defense is. 36, 15, 4. Yeah, Hatise has been getting her ass kicked in speech defense. Sweet. I don't see the upgrade, but maybe it just happens at the end of the dungeon or something. Alright, Adventure Study, +1 study when you enter an area with a nature challenge for the first time. Honest surrounding enemies gain +1 terrified each turn. Extra trinket slot. Again, I'm more likely to trigger this, so I think I'll take that. She's pretty good at applying terrified, right? Oh, it's like a temporary buff. I see it now in the corner. Thank you. I thought maybe it was a permanent upgrade. Thanks for checking that. I guess the benefit of Terrified is it takes a while for it to trigger, so stick with Adventure Study for now. Ooh, look at all this research. Nice. And I still have 5 supplies left, so I can go 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe veer off here if there's something interesting there. Huge tree that towers over the canopy. Expect physical challenges, biological data, and hidden bounties. A number of things could happen. Closer look into the canopy's ecology. So those are like the blue options in FTL. I'm actually really curious if this game was specifically inspired by FTL. It's really similar in a lot of ways. Tear Orchid. 6 study. Nice. Study the jungle canopy. Alright. Turn to the ground and continue exploring. Okay. So there doesn't appear to be anything there at all. Go here, I can't get back there in time. I don't have enough supplies. So I think we have to go 1, 2, and then see if there's another one that connects to the middle, maybe. Ruined Spanish fort lies in front of an almost impassable jungle. Naturally, you need to go to the other side. Anna ponders the options. Choose someone to lead you through the jungle. Choose someone to lead the investigation. I don't really have a naturalist, unfortunately. Or a survivalist, I should say. 61%, minus 2 supplies, so I guess that just tells us we have to go finish the level if we screwed up. Come on. Ah, bummer. Bummer. Alright, we'll end the level then. It's a pretty brutal penalty. Waterfall Rock. Treasure hidden by the notorious pirate Roche must be hidden here somewhere. Go here to end the expedition. Onwards. Take longer than expected. Set up defensive camp. 4 tactical defenses have led to a disadvantage, minus 20 armor and minus 10% attack. Ooh, that's not great. If you had any points in tactician, that'd be nice. 60% is a pretty good success chance, though. Gives us jungle defenses, +1 study, and 1 collect. I'll go for it. You only live once. Hey! God is real. Prepared for any hostilities that come your way. Fantastic. Follows a trail of golden coins. Conducts an intense study. It's a wooden chest. It's the smuggler boss. He hurls a heavy object at you, a ticking bomb. Anna, go defuse that bomb. If you lose, the bomb explodes, you lose a resolve, it looks like. Get a treasure hunt token, which is nice. Thank goodness. What is that? It gives you lots of gold, lots of status, and a good amount of renown. We've got 49 study tokens. Glad we've invested so much in that. I'm going to try to turn the music volume down specifically, because it's pretty loud compared to everything else. Convinced of your cause, boss's confidence broken, rid the island of the boss. So we want to try to go for friendly. Seems challenging, though. Can't save during an encounter. I did not know that. Try to turn the overall volume up a little bit here. See if that helps. Okay, so we want to do friendly. Where's the boss? Is he not on the map at the start of the combat? Oh, he's all the way on that side. Shit. Okay. Well, let's try to open with the devious nuke then. It's pretty good. Oh, it's not as good here. Interesting. But I think I've successfully debuffed them. Right. Raged weakness. Oh, this shows their resistances. Okay. Terrified. Decreases attack bar by 25%. Okay. Kill him with kindness or scurvy. Great. I'm gonna hit both of them in that line attack, and then they both die. Very nice. Moves us into hostile, which is fine. I think this isn't a work like the previous bosses where enemy reinforcements will keep spawning indefinitely. Ouch. Now, what's this guy's deal? He's got 10 armor, 35 speech defense, is pretty good. Watch out for his charge. His next attack will deal double damage. Okay. It's not great damage from that thing. Alright, should help for her next turn. She's not my highest armor, so I should send her in for a physical attack here. Okay. Luchador defense is hype. Now she's in rage, though. So if she had the devious nuke right now, that would be the bee's knees. It's easier created than... Ouch. Okay. Can she hit the jerkwad from here? She cannot. Kind of from here, though. That's pretty good. given it's double damage. She can't nuke yet until next turn. It's not quite enough to kill. It will reduce his attack power, though. I think if I should move her out of the way. Let's heal up our ally. We might be able to hit those two enemies with her little nuke ability. I'm smart about it. Oh, we killed one of the smugglers. It's reducing incoming damage. That's nice. Oh, that's his charge move. Okay, we gotta get the hell out of dodge. Should try to figure out if he has a ranged attack or if he just has his sword. Maybe he doesn't get allies in this one like I thought he did. Don't think I can see his abilities. Let's move everyone as far away as we possibly can here. I guess first let me determine who can move the furthest away. As good as she's gonna get, right? She can't reach anybody else from that turn. Our AoE is about to be ready, which is cool. Try to have them heal each other here. Oops. I like how every character has a heal, and it's an opportunity cost decision you have to make. Oh, he was able to get close enough. Shit, she's super dead. Wow, I can't believe she survived that. Right on. She's about to die now, though. Miss! Oh. Womp womp. So you have 5 resolve, and reinforcements did spawn. Buy GCGs to avoid scurvy. So, come in here and use my devious power, which is going to nuke that guy pretty close, and it's going to terrify both of them. Should be good for reducing incoming damage, given that they're both... Oh, nice! He's almost dead now, too. We gotta get over there and res the other character next turn, though. Provocative. I'll take it. I don't think we're gonna get friendly anymore on this level. Shh. I've seen a small amount of vitamin C too, right? I wonder if this increases... Oh, 80% speech power, so it does. Okay. Move her out of the way and I'll start up that buff ability. Maybe I can try to go for the friendly at the very end of the combat here. It's gonna be tough, though. Fumbled the niceness! Ugh. Weak. He gets his charge move. He can move a lot of squares, so I don't think we're really going to be able to avoid that attack as much as I'd like to. Encouraging! Took him out of his negative status effect from earlier. Oh yeah, we're not going to finish with that, unfortunately. I should have attacked normally. That'll do. Take it. It's really hard to try to focus friendly with this group because they're good at attack and devious, and that's about it. Crew's physical prowess has intimidated the boss, and they run away, allowing to leave you and the island alone. We got the treasure easily. What is it? 10% gold from all collect tokens. Oh, that's cool. It's a permanent upgrade. Is It's a really big deal. On to planning the next expedition. We got a lot of interstitial decisions to make this time. I did not know what to expect from this game, but I like it a lot. It's really cool so far. Watch me see the study tokens here. This is the result of investing in study. It's awesome. And 2 resolve. Oh, I guess resolve carries over from level to level. That's interesting. Alright, so we get 2 more levels to get 2,500 renown to beat Rivalo, which I don't know if that's going to happen. Lack of arbitration. Lack of vitamin C. Alright, report of Explorer Welcoming City. Modest entourage hall, equipment shop. 3 new jobs in Africa where you can spend your insight. I'm going to be spending all my insight in Berlin, I think, so I'm going to go with the equipment shop in Sydney. Unbelievable, mate. Okay, sweet. Let's spend some papers, let's level some people up. Confident Roar. This training going to be selected. Dolores becomes more confident after casting Primal Roar. Primal Roar is a debuff that gives minus 20 speech defense. That sounds radical. Yes, please. Hitting Strike. Pins down the target, making it unable to move. Surely pull aggro of surrounding units for a turn. That's fair. Oh, I had to choose what that replaced, I guess? Maybe it always replaces your res ability. That would make sense. Oh, did it? Did it just get the next one? Cool, I can schedule it then. Yeah, I can do another one if it's ready, for sure. 465 research. Let me make sure that I'm doing this in the proper order, so I think it's right. It's too bad I didn't have the extra research and gold from Discovery last time. So you said he was doing insight to perform a study with a level 3 naturalist. Okay. So I should be able to accomplish that. +1 supplies for each mastered research field. Seems really good. Species 2. Research from study. Gain discovery whenever you find a treasure. Okay. Now, I need to get her naturalist up to level 3, which is likely going to require the purchase of some kind of gear. So we're going to see if any of the gear here confers a bonus to... probably be a trinket, right? Diplomat languages, German speeches, excited. Looking for something that confers naturalist boosts. Gain the naturalist chemistry perk. Ooh, it's going to use like all my money to be able to unlock that. To get shop level 5. Naturalist. Speech defense, speech defense. Like offense and defense generally don't confer perks. They're just attack power. Okay. Trinket shop. What do we got? Naturalist astronomy. Heck yeah. We need to be level 2. Let's equip that on Anna. So presumably that makes her a level 3 naturalist. Alright, I'm getting it. Let me look at... get out of this thing here. Let me just make sure I understood that. +2 study when spending insight to perform a study with a level 3 naturalist, which would be Anna. (28 to 98 research, wow. Okay, is that enough for the next upgrade? Nice. Alright, I need 2 more to get the next upgrade, of course I do. Get it, Anna. Not a great roll. I want it to be as high as 98. That would be a really huge roll, I guess. Breakthrough. Gain a treasure. Origin of Species 2. So many achievements. +1 campaign. Ah, it's a bummer I had to waste it one more step. I guess it gave me 2 insight. It's too bad. I was really close. Sequel we've all been waiting for, 5 stars. If I had gotten it one step earlier, I would have benefited from that immediately. Bummer. Okay, I need 200 research for the next upgrade. Which is... I'm just going to dump everything into research, I think. Getting a good amount of gold. I feel like the telescope is paying for itself here. I should stop doing this now that I have enough for another upgrade in case I can get something that's good. Okay. So, engineering, extra renown from gold. Renown from status. Renown when you solve an encounter with the chosen attitude, whenever you require a helper entourage. Oh, you know, now that I think about that, whoops, I should have bought more of these guys, huh? Students. Oh, I see. You can run out of recruits from individual locations. Gotcha. I think the cost is a function of how many of them you've ever met. I hope that wasn't mathematically incorrect to buy it at that point. I feel like it's extra research from study that you acquire. Oh no, it was a waste. I should have unlocked those guys first. Bummer. Big old bummer. Upgrade, see what we get. Let's see. Student. Oh, but now I need to get up to 128 to get the next one. Okay. How long has that been the case, Jahan? It takes a couple hours for votes to propagate to the voting spreadsheet. Sometimes it can take a while. Renowned from status, helper entourage. But we don't want to get that one now, so I think psychology. Oh, tools can be used to improve your chances on the adventure wheel. That's kind of nice. Choose one emotion that will have a stronger effect. 4 barterers to give 1 supplies capacity available in Stockholm. I should have done engineering, or I should have looked at them, because we get extra research from collect. Okay. The bonus from starting the project was pretty good. Can you shoot me a Discord DM, Jahan? I'll take a look at it, but thanks. I love that you can focus on totally different things each playthrough. Like, I'm doing almost all research focused right now, but I could just as easily do something different. Choose one emotion. This one. More research from study. Alright, where's the Stockholm thing they were just talking about? Stockholm. Barterer gives you supply capacity, which is pretty good. Do I want that or another student? We only have a couple missions left, so... because they're expensive by default. Let's keep doing studying in Berlin. Getting a good amount of money out of this too. I'll have to remember to do this in a much more deliberate manner in the future so I'm not wasting upgrades. Okay, go back to Stockholm. Can I get another barterer? I can't afford one. It's stupid to get a student now, so I'll just wait until later. Trader, gold from encounters, status from campaigns. I'm gonna do one more research upgrade here. Emotion studies. Choose one emotion that will have a stronger effect. Probably Terrified. Terrified opponents gain minus 25 armor, so that would be good for attacking them after terrifying them. Cool. Yes, that's fine. Plus 15 to 20 status and 15 to 20 gold from secrets. I don't run into those very often. Plus 1 secret when a level 5 Beguiler, Quick Thinker, or Tactician succeeds in the adventure wheel. It's not going to happen often. 3 new jobs in Asia where you can spend your insight. Psychology kind of sucks, doesn't it? I guess we want to finish it to get all the extra renown from status, but it's about the only reason to keep ticking around with that. I now have 900 gold, which is a lot of gold. So I'm going to see if I can buy better weapons for everybody, maybe. Master Book. 14 speech power, 6 attack. Legendary Book. We had another store, didn't we? Outback Supplies in Sydney. Oh, see, this one's like gloves. Gotcha. Blue gloves, pink gloves. Oh, that's cool. Some of these... That's really neat. So I didn't really think about that as a... as part of the design space of this game, but now you can have a class of upgrade that always has an associated bonus. So this one gives you bonuses against targets with certain statuses, which in this case I'm pretty good at terrifying dudes, e.g. the purple glows. Secrets are nicer than they seem. That's so. I think there's any other trinkets that I really want, right? I feel like Corsair's coin would be really good, because presumably that affects the user as well and not just allies. So who has the worst speech defense? Or the best speech defense is Anna. She gets the Corsair's coin, which also gives her Tactician and Rogue. So I guess the specificity of these different perks, like military history and surprise, is there's not like a lore purpose for them, other than that they're kind of cool sounding. It's so that two things can't both give you Tactician military history, although you can get two different sources of Tactician. Okay, that's cool. I still have $540 left. 20 speech defense when the mood is tyrannizing. It's probably never going to happen. It's 10 armor. Speech power. Beguiler. Storytelling. Just gives the athlete stamina perk. Positive minded. Let's try to get books for everybody if I can, even if they're just like a mild upgrade. Decent book, good book. I can afford that for everybody, right? 8 speech, 3 attack power. It's an upgrade for everybody. Cool. And do I have enough to get anybody any armor upgrades here? A little bit. 15 armor, 10 speech defense, 5 speech defense. We want that for Hatise, because she's currently the least resistant to damage. And I don't think I can... Oh, I can sell stuff, okay. Okay. It's not enough to get another upgrade, so we'll try to get it when we come back out of here later. Righto. That's about time for Renowned Explorers, though. I don't think I'm going to be able to do much in the next stage, so I think we're going to save there, and we'll pick up from this next time we play. I should have turned it on roguelite mode. I feel like we would have been okay. Cool. Thanks everybody for hanging out. I'll give you a heads up on what's coming up for the rest of the week and next week.